the district woman representative for NAPAC. I'm here with a team of the executive members of the pre-primary teacher training and education institutions of Uganda, their association. These are we have here a president, we have a general secretary, and we have a secretary in charge ethics in that association of pre-primary teachers. They came here to present a petition to the speaker concerning the plight of early childhood education in Uganda. I was lucky to meet with them 2 weeks ago, and they were planning a protest. I told them, no, don't do that yet. Parliament is here to listen to your problems. And so we have been blessed by the speaker who has given us opportunity to address the issues. Our meeting with the speaker has gone very well. He acknowledges the children in Uganda need to be cared, especially those in the age of 3 to 5. Currently, it is private entities, the private sector, taking care of these children, the early childhood education, who are running nursery schools. Our primary schools, many of them don't even have a classroom for that age group. So it's basically on the private sector, and we know the challenges they are in. So the speaker has given us some hope. He has received the petition, and we've agreed an action. We will go ahead to purify this petition and present it in the House, and then it will come, solutions will be agreed to be discussed in the House, then solutions will be agreed that will take care of the whole country on the issue of children. We are aware that we have so many children in that category who are not attended to completely. We are aware of the failed parenting in Uganda. So as a government or as a parliament, we want to help where we can. There are things that parliament can do, there are things that the executive can do. We will want to streamline those to see that our children get the attention they deserve from us as their leaders. So that is it from me. You're also aware, you media people, you're aware that more than 300,000 Ugandan girls are pregnant. That is the number above the ordinary, the normal. These children are going to be birthed, and where will they, if we don't do anything care of education or care for younger children, what kind of children will those young mothers raise? Are they the children who will cause problems in this country? So we need to prepare ourselves as a country. It's not just a thing for Kampala, it is for the whole country. We need to take care of our children, not just in the university, or in secondary, or in primary, from the time they are birthed. Let me allow the president of the association to introduce his team and to give his communication.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Faith Nakut. With me is the Secretary General of Pre-Primary Teacher Training Institutions Association Uganda, Mr. Robert Odong. We have the Secretary for Ethics and Integrity, Reverend Edward Kawanga, right here, and speaking is the President of the Association, Moses Bina. The Executive Committee members of Pre-Primary Teacher Training Institutions Association Uganda, PTIAU Uganda in short, have just submitted a petition to the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Jacob Olanya. The petition regards the plight of early childhood care, development, and pre-primary education in Uganda. The subject matter of the petition is about the frustration of stakeholders due to absence of proper policy and disregard of the available legal frameworks in the handling of issues to do with early childhood care, development, and pre-primary education in Uganda. We have asserted that whereas all certificate courses in Uganda are assessed at the center, early childhood care or nursery teaching is not, in spite of a directive given in 2017 by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education and Sports. We are therefore requesting Parliament to direct the Ministry of Education and Sports to establish a national examinations body for nursery teaching in Uganda, or ask the Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board to examine them. We have also asserted that the registration of pre-primary teachers, which started in July of 2020 and is still ongoing at the Ministry of Education and Sports, is not proper because available working legal frameworks have been disregarded in the registration process. We are therefore requesting Parliament to intervene and halt this sham registration. We are also requesting Parliament to investigate the circumstances under which officials at the ministry decided to disregard the law in the said registration of nursery teachers. We have also asserted that the available legal frameworks do not allow for customization of the international legal frameworks concerning education. For instance, Sustainable Development Goal Number 4, Module 2, says by 2030, ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development, care, and pre-primary education so that they are ready for primary education. Before the first lockdown, we had close to 700,000 children between 3 and 5 years enrolled in nursery schools across the country, out of a total of 3.8 million children in the same age bracket. This is representative of 18%. At that time, we had 30,000 nursery teachers and caregivers across the country. If we are to move towards the attainment of SDG number 4, Module 2, all policies must point towards increasing enrollment in nursery teacher institutions. We have therefore requested the Parliament to restrain the Ministry of Education and Sports from implementing the National Teachers Policy 2019 on nursery teachers until we have got the required numbers. I think.
Thank you so much. I'm Reverend Edward Kawang. Issues of ethics and integrity. When we talk of early childhood development, we are talking about a holistic development of a child. And when we talk of a holistic development of a child, we are talking of the physical aspects, the intellectual aspects, the social aspects, the emotional aspects, but most importantly, the moral and the spiritual aspects. Once upon a time, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament asked a question, and the question was, what has humanity gone? Where has humanity gone? People celebrate sickness and death of others. This is a question of morals. Why should we celebrate when others are dying? But how can we curb this? Taming a child when he's still young. Now, the children we are talking about, according to the WUBUS statistics, from 0 to 8 years, we have 11 million Ugandans, without those that are born today. And the ones that are supposed to go to be enrolled for early childhood education in preschools are 3.5 million Ugandans who are in homes where the government has never come up talk about nursery schools. These are misconceptions that are in the population. Nursery schools are closed. They are not operating. No one in the government has ever come up and say, we really need nursery schools and they will operate. So, our being here today is to appeal to the government, to the Parliament, so that the Speaker and the Parliament can talk or direct to the Minister of Education so that we can institute a directorate responsible for early childhood development. Because this is the key. When we talk about the Vision 2040, the National Planning Authority talks about the human capital. Where shall we get the human capital? When the children are neglected, nobody is taking care. And this is very vital. This is purely private? Where is the government? Where are the other stakeholders? Where is Uganda going tomorrow when we are not developing our younger children holistically? I thank you.
Thank you so much. My name is Odong Robert. I'm the Secretary General of the Pre-Primary Teacher Training Institution Association, Uganda. Today we presented our petition, and in our petition we laid 20 prayers which the Speaker of Parliament has embraced holistically. Our major concern is to lay a foundation for our education system. We may pretend and think that all is right for our education system, but our education system is built, is constructed on a floating island. Without laying a strong foundation of early childhood care and education, all is not well. The Reverend has told us about the 5 aspects. The reason we are having many strikes in high institutions of learning, many strikes in high schools, a lot of violence among the young people, it's because there is something missing in them. The values are not built in these children. So, our concern is to redefine, to refine our education system. Let's go back to the roots and lay a strong foundation. And the strong foundation we are laying is the early childhood education and care. And that's why we are here today. We are so grateful to Honorable Nakut Faith for leading us here, and also grateful to the Speaker for embracing our petition. I thank you.
Our country, do we have the infrastructure? Do we have the teachers? What can we do to see that these children below the age of 5, 3 to 5, have something they can go to as a school? How many do we have in the country? That's the work we have now to do. Do we have the relevant laws? That is the work now the Parliament is going to do, to ensure that the laws are in place that are favorable. If we are saying that we'll continue leaving it to the private sector, then we should have an enabling environment for the private sector to work well. How much can government regulate and how much can we allow to the private sector? That is the details we are going to split. But the goal is to see that the children below the age of 5, 3 to 5, are taken care of, are not just left to whom it may concern, given the fact that we acknowledge the parenting has failed in our country. So we are stepping up as legislators, and I'm happy for this team that accepted to listen to me when I told them not to strike. They accepted to be patient. So thank you very much. Let's give government a chance. Let's give Parliament an opportunity to process these things. Don't go to the street to strike. That is my prayer. Thank you.